There is a 2017 national security law in China that requires any Chinese citizen to report back any information if requested. Stanford alone has over 1,100 Chinese national students studying abroad at Stanford. And what this means is that the Chinese government can collect the information from over 1,000 students on what they're researching, many of whom are working in AI labs or robotics, are doing something tech-related, and they are sort of able to go use their own students as spies, essentially, and they don't need to be trained. So they can collect massive amounts of information about our elite universities.
Right, and just to give some examples to understand that, we were talking to a Chinese national who explained to us that the purpose of their work at a robotics labs was for dual-use military purposes. So they wanted to return to China and then work in the Chinese military with the robotics knowledge that they'd learned at Stanford. Another example is that we talked to Chinese nationals who explained to us that they have to meet people on a weekly basis, whereby they have monitored calls with Chinese Communist Party members, where they explain the research they're doing, they explain the AI research they're doing, they explain the computer science research they're doing to either Chinese academics, Chinese people working in these fields, for that to be replicated. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here. And then people that don't want to comply can face very harsh penalties, because Elsa mentioned that law. So we talked to people on the National Security Council, like Matthew Turpin, who now works at Hoover at Stanford. And he explained to us that Stanford students have had their parents threatened when they've said they're not going to turn over this research and they don't want to comply, whereby they will be told that their parents are going to have to come into the police station unless they turn over the research that they're working on.